Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Sword of the Demon Hunter. We're now on to episode 11. So, in the last episode, we got a flashback via a play that was going on in the high school, and it was about the prostitute who was kept seeing a shadowy figure that she believed was her brother. And then we saw that what's his name, Nosugu, he'd basically fallen in love with her, and he wanted to pursue her, even though he knew his family wouldn't approve. And that basically with the combined effort of Jinya and him, they were able to discover what this thing was. And yeah, basically he won over Natsugu, there we go, managed to win over the heart of this woman, and that Jinya was a little bit put out by the telling of the story. So very interesting that we got a little bit of background there on some things that happened in the past without actually seeing it happen directly. I'm not sure where we're going to be in this episode because the back and forth jumping of the time is very interesting in this part of the show. So I'm ready to jump in and see what we've got. Just before I do though, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you'd like to be in the know when I drop episodes. Okay, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Clouded. About to say, are you getting a little shaky on your purpose? Interesting, we've heard nothing or anything at all about Suzume. That's fine, I'll take it in blood. Bye-bye. Ain't nothing wrong with a little day drinking from time to time, come on. He's fine. He's a demon. Of? What is that? Oh, it's sake. Really? She put drugs in it. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's some good salesmanship, I guess. You could just swat them all out of your way. That is what happens. Why? It's his day. Congratulations. I believe in you. I certainly hope so. Right? Be nice to your future husband. He said plain old soba. He's like, I'm a nice guy. Just drink the damn alcohol. Oh, you did get some. I feel like there's something wrong with that booze. Every night, huh? Did see all the fuss. Oh, bro, you're 25. Relax. Why didn't that one have a double sword? What's wrong? Did it? I mean, everyone was acting like it was great. Why are you giving it to everybody if it tastes like ass? It's so weird. That's like when people smell something and go, smells bad. Here, smell it. Something tells me they're not going to like the other ones now. Interesting that Jinya is the only person who found it not to be tasty. He even kept it. Everybody else said it was too strong, and he was like, it's not that strong at all. Second person he's heard of that. I don't know if it's the same person or maybe it is the same neighbor. Yes. Jinya didn't smile. Is that why? Not the reaction he heard. Let's see if people feel differently today. Follow your gut, Jinya. It's rarely wrong. He's not. Natsugo couldn't actually hurt him, but he'd try.
フーさんに教えてもらったの。こんなところに住んでたの
What
ね。
is what do you need?
てくれたって。
He's gotten progressively worse.
また昼間から酒を飲んでいるようだ。
Another talk to the girl.
さっき
で、何の用だ？
Exactly. Why are you here in my house?
このところ仕事もしないで日本橋の荷売り酒屋に入り
Yep.
浸ってるのよ。
Someone probably did something to it to make it irresistible so it would keep selling, and now like this is what's happening. Like maybe it's some type of enchantment.
飲み屋に一人で乗り込むのは正直怖いの。
Really? But you can barge into my place. And I bet you they're all drinking. Where are your pants, sir? I'm sure that they all are drinking the same booze, right?
何かじゃないでしょ。店を放り出してこんなところで酔っ払っ
Tell him.
そんなだから生き遅れるんですよ。
Ooh, all them truth's gonna come out now.
ああ、まだいたんですか。うっとうしいな。
It makes them very nasty, hey?
邪魔すんなよ。
酔っているにしても言い過ぎだろ
True.
前からてめえが気に入らなかったんだ。
全治やめて。
They say in Vino Veritas. Take his ass home. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
う。何に及ぶは無様だろ
Period.
あんたそれやりす
He'll
う。
live.
そうでもないと思うが。
Exactly. That mouth was getting a little too mouthy. He does need to get that out of his system immediately.
やれやれ。
ぎ。ちょっと。
Exactly. Just knock them all out. They need it. Yeah, it's fine. She's like, look away, child. That's a cool trick. But I don't think Jinya's doing it, or is he? Was that Jinya?
全治大丈夫。全
Zenji'd be fine. He just drunk, right? Like, relax, girl. You acting like he did.
治にしてもあんた。
He did. They were all gonna attack you, girl. They'll be fine.
とは思うけどね。
Ah, it's homie with his little phantom dogs.
相変わらずやね、君は。
Why are you
息しとっ
back?
た？
Unless you came because of the sake.
三代目。な。
The third, indeed. Very important, the numbering. Junior. Wake your ass up.
俺、
I'm gonna smack you around till you pass out again.
無理に起きなくていいわよ。
No, I think he should get up.
すいません。本当にすいませんでした。
You can prove it by working in the fields for at least a month until that's out of your system.
あいつ少しくらい手加減
No, he
すれ
shouldn't
ばい
have.
い
He needed that.
謝らないでいいわよ。
I
別に
think he should.
でも俺、お嬢さんにひどいこと。
You did.
いや少しは傷ついたわよ。だけど知ってるから。
She's more mature than she looks.
お酒の席での言葉を真に受けるほど子供じゃ
I
ない
mean,
わ
it
よ。
usually is the truth, but that's not really him, obviously.
子供じゃなかった。
It's true. You were nastier than we've ever seen you, so.
陣屋のことははっきりと憎たらしいと思ってた。わけがわから
Is it
ない。
because he is a demon? Hey, boss.
旦那様。
大層な集体だった。
He clearly likes you because your ass ain't outside.
次はないと思い。
Get it together. It's up to you not to pick that bottle up again now.
真面目に働くしかないんじゃない。
Exactly. Show them that you're sorry. But I'm afraid maybe these guys can't stop.
はあ、ようやるわ。
Interesting that Jinya's not getting involved. But I guess, sadly in that society, violence against women was not exactly out of place at that time. I mean, even today, for being real, globally. But you know what I'm saying. It was more acceptable in those times.
これはおかしい思って調べたら、
And everyone's drinking the same booze, right?
弟が兄ちゃんに珍しい酒を買うてきて、
Mm-hmm.
同じ江戸から入ってきたいう高い酒や。
Bloody
なん
Edo!
かある思うやろ？
It actually literally does taste fishy. They said that.
そいつの出所を探ったら。
That's something you need to find the source exactly. Blow up that factory.
酒のありかどう聞き出すん？
脅せば話を聞けるだろ
君、普通に人でなし
I mean, it
やな。
works. You don't gotta get new tools of the ones you got are working. But I do think sometimes having someone with finesse would be helpful.
死んでからも殴り続けな、こないならんで。
う。ないな。
何
That's
が？
gone.
雪の名残。
That's probably why he got killed.
押し入った輩は、目当てのもんが見つからんから監視役を起こして暴れん。
Exactly. Probably couldn't get their hands on more. They couldn't afford it.
しかし、たかだか酒の数本で。
Not if they're, well, it is if they're not in their right mind.
見
Interesting.
事なものだ。
あげへんで。
He's like, I know you steal weapons.
冗談とも聞こえんな。
I feel like maybe the demons are attracted to the bloodlust that this thing is creating. That would be actually an interesting operation if they were tainting the booze to create the bloodlust to make them more customers
ここんとこ毎
or
晩やな。
food. That's true. It has been snowing every night. Why is that flower bleeding? Okay, we got Jesus walking on water here. Suzune? That's the only person we've seen in this show that has blonde hair. Well, in her natural form. We know that Suzune has a couple of forms, but in her natural form, she was blonde. As I said, we haven't seen anything of Suzune since episode 1, which I think is interesting, or heard anything about it. I don't know if Jinya's actually looking for her though, because, you know, he had a lot of powering up to do, but all right, well, interesting episode. Very interesting take with tainted booze. Booze that looks like it becomes instantly addictive, and as we see, the people who start drinking it, not only do they become completely a slave to it, but it just brings out these uber violent tendencies in them. And of course, we see that Zenji was the victim in this episode. And, you know, ever since we've met Zenji, very sweet, very calm, very nice guy, barely raises his voice. So to hear him say a lot of things that, quite frankly, I mean, we can blame the booze for making his lips loose, but clearly those thoughts have been rolling around in his mind a little bit. And I said it in the episode, right? There's an expression in Vino Veritas, which basically translates to say that in wine there's truth. And it's true. You know, alcohol and certain drugs, they lower our inhibitions, meaning the things in our brains that tell us to, oh, you shouldn't say that because of this. That's why drunk people sometimes will let secrets slip, or like I said, if they're upset, some of their innermost thoughts that they would normally never say out loud, or at least to that person that they're talking to, might come out. So I don't think Zenji is a hateful person or anything like that, but everyone has their, you know, their deep, dark thoughts they probably would never want people to hear. And I think that Zenji, you know, he's known Natsu for a long time, and she is a bit pretentious. She is a bit bratty, right? And I mean, in particular, right? We see that even when he's sober, he's like, you're a little cold, you're a little harsh, you're a little strict, right? So he just basically kind of said the same thing, except without the filter of respect that he normally would have. And the stuff around Jinya, I do think he's jealous of Jinya because he knows that Natsu's got a crush on him. Anyone with eyes can see that she's got a crush on Jinya, even though Jinya has not entertained it in any way. You know, that definitely came from a place of jealousy. But I do wonder, like you said, the irrational anger at Jinya, I do wonder if that's because Jinya's a demon, and then like something about this, whatever's going on with this booze can sense that, and not necessarily Zenji. But anyway, it's very interesting because we saw that Jinya took a drink of that booze. He actually brought it back. He enjoyed it, right? He was like, oh, this is actually weak. It's not bad. Everyone else is like, oh, this is disgusting. So that's why I feel like it's got something to do with dark or demonic energy, because it didn't bother him. In fact, he liked it. So that should have been his first clue, honestly. But as I said, the only other thing that I think is very interesting is the fact that Jinya's been living next to this, you know, this father and daughter. And we heard, like, I love that they showed the progression, how the first day he was like, oh, I just had a little booze. It's not a big deal, a little day drinking. And Jinya kind of half smirked at it. And then by the second day, he's kind of getting snappy with his daughter, telling her to get off his back. And then by the third day, he's calling her names when she's begging with him. And then by the fourth day, he's throwing things at her. He's gotten violent towards her, right? And through all of this, we see that Jinya has done nothing to interfere. Like, I understand the first couple of things, but by the time he started yelling and calling her names, and especially hearing things being thrown around, the fact that he didn't even move. And again, now that I think about it, I forgot that he came from an abusive home. So I don't know, like, I would think that because of that past, he would want to get involved and stop this man, but maybe it's the opposite, where he kind of feels like it's not his place to intervene. Because like I said before, you know, back in those times, it was considered completely acceptable for violence to happen against women for various reasons. And in certain societies, it's considered highly very improper to interfere in someone else's business or someone else's home and what's going on there. So I don't know if that's what's going on with Jinya, or if he, like I said, maybe he just is shutting down because it reminds him of a dark time. But I just think it's very interesting that he's done nothing to intervene with that particular situation, considering it's escalating significantly. But anyway, we have our guy Akitsu. He came back, and again, he came back because of, apparently this is getting bad with the booze. Now people are actually losing their lives, and he's saying that, yeah, the one correlating thing that he's found is that all the people who committed these crimes were drinking this particular alcohol, and people describe them as acting like they were insane after drinking it. So clearly there's something wrong with the alcohol, but where is it coming from? What's the source? that looks like what they're going to have to try to track down. And as we just saw, demons are being either attracted to it or they're involved. But I don't think that, I should say that, I was going to say I don't think they're that sophisticated, but that's not fair because we have seen that some of them are actually quite smart in the way they handle things. They're not necessarily like all feral. So yeah, it looks like we got a little bit of a mystery on our hands, another two-parter, and Jinya and Akitsu are going to have to follow that trail going into the next episode. But yeah, also interesting that we went back to the past again. Like I'm still not sure what these future scenes they've dropped in interspersed since episode 1 are about, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait until we get back there again, because I'm so curious as to why we've jumped forward in some of these episodes, but we're not staying there, and we have no idea why Jinya is there yet. So I'm hoping we get back to that at some point, but for now, the alcohol mystery continues. But I enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.